All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am sitting here with DJ the Real Kriel in his boxing gym. Of course, I've come out here today to obviously address the recent happenings. You want to share your insights as well into everything that's just played out, and just clear your name and so forth. DJ, how are you feeling firstly? Because I heard that you had to go to hospital in order to come back again. Are you feeling better?
How's it, Aiden? What's up? Hello, everybody from SA Boxing. What's up, all the fans and stuff? Yeah, man. So thank you for coming out today. We spoke about obviously addressing everybody and what happened, and let's you said I went to hospital. Let me put it out there that I did go to hospital, but it was all because of my doing. I saw Colin's interview, saw the few of the people commenting and stuff. I've been completely wrong. I'm gonna owe up for my own wrongdoings. I've picked up way too much weight. It's not the way a professional athlete should uphold himself. I've showed very ill discipline. That, and we spoke about that. I was actually on SABC the other day, and I did put that out there. I just had too much weight to drop, man. And I thought I was gonna make it. I had someone helping me also with my weight. I dropped 18 kilos in 5 weeks. It sounds even unreal. It's just, it was very stupid of me. I thought I was going to make it. I had to drop actually 22 Ks. So I missed the weight by 3 kilos. But I didn't go and weigh in. So what happened to me and I was busy cutting the weight. My wife was helping me, my pregnant wife. Babe, I'm sorry that I put you through that. It's serious. Like, it was actually a bad thing. My wife's pregnant. And it actually hit me that I had to put her through that. That's one of the biggest things that I've also come to realize, that everything I also put the people around me in, because my whole family, my friends and everyone, they love me so much. They're in my boxing, like my brother, my best friend Danny is always with me. He's always trying to uphold me. I have to put him through that. He's been helping me with boxing lately. Sorry to him, sorry to my wife, sorry to my family, they're always there for me. Sorry to my fans, people know, and I don't want to be like this anymore. I fight myself every day, even lately. Checking what I eat, I have to fight myself mentally just to say, come on, don't eat shit. Like, it's been a ride, man, these last couple of days. But going back, to the hospital, I landed up in hospital. My wife was helping me with a water cut. Obviously, not a lot of people know what a water cut is. Climbing a bath, so Epsom salts, all that kind of stuff. And cut the water. So I had 3 more kilos left, and we're trying to drop it, and there was nothing left. I was feeling, I can't explain to you, I've never felt like that in my life. My kidneys started paining like crazy. My wife looked at me and she said to me, we're going to the hospital. So even me, I didn't feel right, and I thought, yes, I'm messing with my health here. And I said to myself, come, let's go. We're supposed to go to the Wayne, and my health is first, man. I'm having another baby. People can slander me, talk shit about me, but you know what, I am a person in the end, and I've made mistakes. I've picked up weight. I've been very unprofessional. It's been a while. People don't know this. After, I think also a lot of people don't understand the beating after Felix Alvarado. People don't know. I've been in a hole for like 3-4 years, man. It's been a bit of a tough ride mentally and everything. But yes, again, we have to be strong, and we have to get mentally strong. And I do believe, listen, there's none of that shit. I don't believe in going counseling and all that cuck. I just have to bite down, get grit, and just be a machine. I've been very dedicated to my craft in the way of training. I train at 120% all the time. I think my biggest problem is, the eating and stuff, my weight problem. So yeah, but we went to the hospital. So there already the doctor said, listen, you're in a very bad state. I was close to kidney failure. I was so dehydrated, couldn't find veins. I was there at the hospital maybe 5 to 6 hours. They were sorting me out. And that, that actually sent a big shock to me that this past weekend, So yeah.
Sure. Obviously, quite a traumatic sort of lead up to the fights, and I think maybe during fight week, you might have seen signs that, maybe this is going to be a close shave, maybe you're not going to make it, but maybe you could still get it within the distance. But if you had even made the weights and coming in on the fight, do you think you would have got in the ring, just considering your states and what you had to go through?
Wow, actually, no, very good question, because So we always, I've done these kind of cuts now recently for the last 3-4 fights. So people haven't seen me in my last 3-4 fights at even close what I should be. But I always go out and I show up, But I actually come to realize this weekend, it's the first time that showed me that I never know how I'm actually supposed to feel. Because you go out there with that adrenaline. You go out there with that adrenaline and, it carries you. But then even, I was speaking to Danielle, spoke to Colin. I fought December of last year. I fought a guy, Timberlani Ngoshe. I'll tell you with both fights, Timberlani, and I fought the Namibian opponent that I fought.
Yeah. What is his name?
So both those fights, man, second round, third round, I was already tired. Both fights. Second, third round, I was tired, but I'm a machine in a way, don't get me wrong. Hey, I push through. I've always pushed through. I've got that mental drive, like just to carry on, the will, the dog. Like, so it's always carried me through my fights and stuff. But I will never know that if I carry on like this. Listen to me. To be honest with you, this is something I've come to realize over this weekend. Now, if I carry on with this shit, I'm gonna be done with boxing. I've promised myself, if this is what I want to do, I'm not an athlete. I'm not a professional athlete. So speaking to you today, like, I'm gonna let you know, if I pick up weight like this again and stuff, I'm done with boxing. So I'm gonna make it my goal because I love boxing with all my heart. It's my first love. This is what I want to do. People ask me, have been asking me, do you still want to do this? Yes, I do. It's all I've got. It's all I know. It's what I want to know. It's what I do. Someone told me the other day I'm selfish, but they don't understand what this does for me. This is all I've ever known since 12 years old. This is what I want to do. It's not selfish. You remember, there's things that we also have to do for ourselves in the end. And this is for myself. Yes, I've got my son. I've got my other child coming. I've got my beautiful wife. I've got my family. But, hey, I need something for myself. And this is all I've got. This is what I want. I want to box. Going forward, I still want to become a world champion. To answer your question, let's get back to that, is would I have been okay? No. The next day, so even I had a drip done. Obviously, rules, you're not allowed to have a rehydration drip, if I'm not mistaken then. But the next day I did all of that, and I still didn't, and I rehydrated, and I still felt like shit. And I thought to myself, I was going to go into a fight like this. And I've been going into fights like that, but just because of your adrenaline rush and the way you feel you can get going, you still push through, But I've thought to myself, wow, imagine what you actually could do if you were on point. And that answers your question. Is like, no, not at all. Do I think I would have beat Tabang Ramachole? Yes, no, definitely, no problem. I would have beaten him. I still will beat him. I want to fight him still, and I think he's a very good opponent. I think I like that fight. I've told everyone before. I even thought Tabang was a really good fighter while we were both coming up. But yeah, I beat him, no stress. I would have, even the way I felt. But that's only because I would push through, but I would never know what I could really do. Yeah.
All right, so I want to take you back to the journey of, becoming a world champion in the first place, the sort of discipline that you instilled earlier in your career. And I know that with life you get a lot more responsibilities and things that can perhaps take you away. And I know the stresses you had maybe in the USA, the amounts of fights you had, which ultimately caused you to come back to South Africa. Are there things that you can implement from maybe back in the day that you can change back into your current momentum and swing your career back into that phase?
Yes, 100%, and that's the journey that I'm on. You'll know, you used to work with Colin, you saw me every day. I was the first one in the gym, I was the last one in the gym. I ate well, I did everything I needed to do. That dedication, that desire was there. It's not that the desire is gone, I've got that desire back. After Felix beat me, it's been a little bit of a tough road. I never questioned, do I still want to box? Yes, I do. I've never questioned, do I still want to box? Never. I can promise you I've never had that question in my mind, because that's, like I told you, all I know, it's all I want to do. I need to get back to that guy. Before I went to America, I was just an animal. I trained day in, day out, 2-3 times a day. I was good with, I wouldn't say I was good with my diets. Obviously, we're talking 10 years ago, I think weight was never an issue because my body just ran the weight down. My metabolism was working good. I was always close to my weight. I was very active. I think that also plays a big role, is the activity. But it's never an excuse. We've seen fighters here in the country. We're talking about one of them earlier. Lorato always stays ready. Lorato, my boy Lorato Dlamini. Yeah. Good luck with his up-and-coming fight, bro. I'm so happy for him. Anyway, that's a machine, bro. There's never an excuse. I have no excuses. It's just get up and do it. That's what it is. So I need to change. I need to go back to that, and just keep that desire going. But the discipline. It all comes down to discipline. That's what it's always about with me. I'm disciplined when I train, man. Everyone knows that. But so like I say, first one in the gym, first one out, last one out. When I got to America, I was just an animal. That's all I did. I trained good. I ate well. I had sponsors. But then again, my job was only, so let's get to that question. Yeah. Things change, man. Things do change, but I still believe it's never an excuse. Obviously, things change and you have to adapt to those things. We have it tough in South Africa. Everybody knows that. We have to run a job. Obviously, you can see in my beautiful boxing gym. But this takes time. This takes effort. This takes a lot of time away from everything. But this is my job, When you're a professional fighter, a lot of places overseas and stuff, you don't have to do this kind of stuff. Your job is boxing day in, day out, 3 times a day. That was what my life was in America. After I lost to Felix Alvarado, that's when I started picking up the weight. Actually, now that I rethink about it, now I've been thinking about my time of my career. After that fight, I started picking up tremendous amounts of weight, stupidly. When I was in the States, I got to the point where I was weighing 75 kilos after I fought Felix Alvarado. I had to drop that weight. When I got back here, we were still going to fight our first fight. I had to drop all that weight when we had our first fight. We couldn't even fight at the weight I was supposed to fight. We had to do a catch weight. It just shows you it's not the ideal things, the way to do things, So I need to get, how they say in Afrikaans, ek moet myself, I have to ruk myself reg. That's whatever, yeah. Yeah, I was a bit lost for words there, yeah.
All right. Well, obviously, you saw the interview I did with Colin, and he obviously still wants to actively work with you and obviously have a future. And I'm sure you feel the same way in the gym. Hotbox has always been your home in South Africa. The moment where you step back into the ring, or talks about getting back into the ring, before that happens, are you going to be running tests on yourself in terms of like a training camp test and, to see how your body reacts, see which weight division you also fit into? Because, there now are options of flyweights and super flyweights that's up for discussions, because this fight against Tabang was going to be at super flyweight. What's the procedure going into that, and where do you think you're going to fit in?
100%. I'll never leave Colin, man. The only time I would change a trainer is if Colin had to tell me he doesn't want to work with me anymore. I love Colin to bits, he's my trainer. I don't see anyone else training me. I've obviously got my whole team, I've got Danny, that's my assistant trainer. Colin's my head trainer, Danny and Shannon. I've got those guys, everyone works with me. But I'll never leave the hot box. It's a place to be. Colin's the best at what he does. I've always said so. The only reason the fight with Tabang was going to be at Superfly because I couldn't make flyweight. Right. It was supposed to be at flyweight. I want to be a flyweight. I wish I could have even went back to junior fly, but I'll never know until I can get more down. But I want to campaign at flyweight. Superfly is not. I'm not there right now. I would have only had to do that because I wouldn't have made the weight. I think I can do good there. I carry good power. I think I can carry power up to bantamweight, to be honest with you, if I do everything right and consistently. But I want to be a flyweight. That's my goal. There's very good fights at flyweight. There's good guys at flyweight. I love that. I always want to fight the best. So I'd love to fight at flyweight. I want to get back there. What was your other question?
So my other question was, what sort of tests are you going to run, with your body in order to get ready for these, to get back in the ring again?
So after the weekend, I thought, what, even though I was healing a little bit, kidneys have been sore, even still now, still feel a little bit dehydrated. I keep on having to drink water and stuff because my body hasn't regulated. I want to just get my weight right. So actually yesterday, I wanted to start training on Monday, but I still felt a bit sore. And I've been doing things around the gym and stuff. So I started training yesterday. I just started training a little bit yesterday. I feel okay. So I'm just going to keep on training. I'm going for some tests. I need to go to see the doctor again for my checkup. I'm going to go see what they say. Just check that everything is functioning okay, And then from there do some tests. I want to go to a sports physician, check what's going on, how everything's running, what we can do further down. But the main thing is, man, be disciplined with my weight. Try and eat good, I'm not going to tell you, listen, I'm going to change everything now. It's tough, man. It's tough. I have to fight myself every day. People don't see this. I have to fight myself every day. I don't know. I've got this flippin' love for food. It's stupid, man. Food and cuck things. It's the weirdest thing ever. And I always tell myself I have to fight myself. DJ, don't eat this shit. Don't eat this shit. Don't do this. Don't do that. So I'm fighting myself mentally every day now, trying to keep consistent of what I have to eat. That's the main thing, I can get back into training I was yesterday back, and I'm going to train again. I'm going to train today again, because the one thing that can keep me in check, also help me with my weight, is making sure that I train. Making sure I train, and I need to run. That's it. Other than that, it's just the discipline of the eating habits and stuff. And then going back also to your question, what Colin was talking about is, I need to give it a few weeks. I haven't been to see Colin yet. I was supposed to actually see him yesterday. Just busy, man. Life's busy. It's been also a bit of a tough ride for me this last few weeks, opening my own gym. Costed me a lot of money. My wife's having another baby. No excuses. Listen, life happens to all of us. We've all got things that we have to deal with. But so it's been a bit of a tough ride these last couple of weeks. I honestly said this, you can ask Danny the other day. I said to him, yes, bro, this fight could have come at a better time, because everything's just been all over the place.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. And speaking to your character, even though you didn't make weight and you still pitched up to the Boxing 5 promotions tournament, I think that spoke very positively of your character, that you wanted to face sort of the wrath. Because in that way, you had all the people around you that would have wanted to see you fight. Of course, you were the main events of the evening. You still managed to pull through, and even though you weren't really well, your kidneys were definitely suffering on the night. Talk to us about the decision to come to the event. I think it was a very strong decision and a very good one.
So to be honest with you, I felt like doing nothing. The weekend, I just wanted to be at home. I just wanted to be resting. I did think about going to the event, but in my head I was like, you know what, I don't want to go. I just want to rest at home. I was in a bad space. And my wife spoke to me actually, and she said, baby, and then she made me understand, well, like I'm saying to you, I did want to, but she spoke to me, and she said to me, I think it's a good thing. And then I was like, you know what it is? Let me go face my things that I've done wrong. Other than that, the people are hurt, People can, it doesn't sound like maybe to a fan at the back, oh man, this kid messed around. They don't understand what we all go through as a team. Colin, what I put him through, because it's a disappointment to him, and people also go back and look at him. People go back and look at Danny that was helping me. People go back, and then Uncle Larry that put me on the show, that puts his commitment and his time into me and stuff. And I said to myself, let me go face my stuff and apologize for everything that went wrong. People have put time and effort into me, and one of those things, I wanted to go and apologize to Uncle Larry, to Riaz and Colin, and tell them that people could see. Like everyone said to me, bro, you're in hospital. Like they have to understand. No, they don't actually, because it's everything that happened before. It's my fault. So I ended up in hospital. Wow, okay. That's my fault because of everything that happened before. It's me that picked up all the weight. I wouldn't have been in hospital if I made weight, you know what I'm saying? If I was disciplined. So I only felt that it was the right thing to do, to go and apologize to everyone, and still even, apologize to all my sponsors, all the people that are always there for me, my teammates. It's time to come right, bro. It's this weekend. It's the biggest wake-up call of my life. I've always said I'm not going to pick up weight again. I'm not going to do this. This was a big wake-up call for me, especially because it played a big role in my health. That's it. Yeah.
All right, and then obviously there's two people that get in the ring as well, yourself, TangRaM. Of course, it would have been a fantastic fight on the night. So it was a good local fight that we had also built up, because it was like a long time in the making, especially with him as a really good amateur building into that, and you really not having the amateur background, and you became the IBF world champion. What have you got to say to someone like him, who obviously was really hungry to fight you?
Yeah, I mean, even that night, we even had an interview, we still want the fight. I said, I'm very sorry to him, because even though, we're there to fight, we're there to fuck each other up and stuff. But I said to him, I'm really sorry, because he trained hard. He was going to make weight. Him and his team, I apologize to him and his team. They only deserve that. So there's not much to say. I did really say I'm sorry, and because of all that work that gets put in, and I know what work it gets, that it takes to get put in. And I apologize to him. I apologize again to him and his team. But we still want that fight to happen. I want to fight him. When Colin told me that's our opponent, I was like, wow, that's actually cool. Like it would have been a fight many years ago to watch. I was just a lower division than him, and he's higher. But now we're gonna meet. So I look forward to still meeting him in the ring. And that's it.
All right, and I know you said you're sort of uncertain as to when you sort of will map out a time. You'll have to obviously see how your body reacts, and obviously have a chat to Colin still. I know that you guys, as you mentioned, you still have to go sort out your details. But realistically, for you, in your mind, when do you think you would be resurfacing on the boxing scene?
No, listen, as soon as possible. obviously weight, seeing how I feel and stuff. So I'm gonna be training now, keeping my weight in check. Obviously, I've dropped a lot of weight, a lot of weight. So I'm already halfway there. You know, like I said, I was halfway there when I was gonna fight. I was never gonna box at my full potential, but I was halfway there, and I'm gonna keep it halfway now. Obviously, after this water cut that I did, my body has, like, I've hauled on water. I was bloated. You couldn't even see my eyes. On the weekend, I looked like this. Like, it was weird. I've never seen myself like that. I was so puffy and everything. Water's starting to regulate a little bit and stuff. So, I mean, I think a few weeks. I'd love to be back in the ring in like 2 months, man. I wanna get back. Listen, time doesn't wait for any of us. You know, I don't have time to waste. I wanna get my career going again. So this is a little bit of a setback. I just want to keep my weight in check. I want to train hard. I think I'll be within the next 2-3 weeks back at the gym properly. But I'm going to be still training for this next 2-3 weeks, just easy, maintaining my weight, training, just staying active, because it's not going to help me if I just do nothing for 3 weeks.
Right, yeah.
So that's going to help me nothing. That's a big setback. 3 weeks is a fight. It's a lifetime for you to take off, you know. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be training for this 3 weeks, just easy. I'm going to go and see Colin. I'll maybe go see him tomorrow or during next week. We speak about what we're going to do down the line. But I'd love to be on another tournament soon, you know, just keeping everything in check and show people that this is what I want to do, and that they still see Deejay Kriel in the ring, you know, like, this is what I want to do. This is who I am. I don't have nothing else. That's what I want. I want to be a world champion again, and I do think I can do it. Yeah, 100%. This is a minor setback now, a big setback, but it's a minor setback for the future. You know what I'm saying? I need to get back to where I was in the beginning of my career, that hungry state, that where I need to keep my weight in check. It's the biggest thing, biggest thing.
All right. Well, South African boxing also needs Deejay Kriel to be around. We need the entertainer, especially in the low weight divisions. You really keep us entertained and thoroughly enjoying your career as obviously as a former IBF world champion. Deejay, thank you very much for your open and honest interview. Obviously, your analysis of what happened obviously will help a lot of people understand where you come from as well. And I think that was a good, brave decision from you as well to open up and kind of get that out there, because I think a lot of people, as you mentioned, kind of make blanket statements about your career and they don't actually know the build-up. So I appreciate you coming on here and saying that.
Of course. Thanks, Brian. You know, a lot of people don't know what we go through. This is obviously, like I say, we've also got lives, man, as fighters. We go through some things. We go through some mental problems, all that kind of stuff. People need to also realize we just like them, you know, on the outside. That, yes, but it is about the dedication. People need to see us at our strongest, and that's where I want to get back at, you know. So also, and sorry to my sponsors, you know, the guys were always behind me, you know, RDG, Strix Distribution, and Rubber Sealant. I want to say sorry to these guys, you know, they're always there for me. Obviously, they were very supportive of me. They called me straight away to see if I'm okay. They're not very upset, but I still want to say sorry to them, because we would have been seen on a nice show and stuff, you know. It was a very nice turnout from Boxing 5 with Larry and them. So yeah, I just want to say sorry to my sponsors, but we'll be back, you know. We will all be back, my team, me and my team, and we're going to be back and better than ever. That's it. Thank you, everybody.
All right. We look forward to the return of you, Deejay. And yeah, we'll see you soon.
Let's go, baby. Thanks.